Now for us to visit management, and that's Ansal API and Educomp Solutions. They've got a new tie-up, and we're now being joined by the management of both the companies, Shantanu Prakash and Pranav Ansal. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. Let me start off with you, Pranav. What's the deal here? Will you be giving land? Is it a discounted land for setting up these schools for Educomp, or is it free land? What is the basic system on which this deal will work out?
Shiv, there's nothing free in this world. I want to start with that. We are basically building schools with the specifications of Educomp, and we are going to lease them the land and building on a long-term lease, which is 30 years, extendable by another 30 years. So basically they are 60-year leases where we will get rental from them for providing them the hardware, what we call the hardware, that is the land and building, and the soft fit-outs and the management and the intellectual capital will be bought in by Educomp.
Shantanu, let me come to you. Shantanu, what's the return to Educomp from this deal? You basically get premises, but you still have to pay the lease rental that Pranav is going to charge you. So what's the kicker in the story there?
So one of the biggest challenges for us, as we have struggled to expand education capacity, has been the availability of high quality and affordable real estate. So in this deal, essentially we get access to designated school land across the country, and that's a huge kicker for us because it is going to accelerate our school building plans across the country.
Shantanu, what kind of schools are you setting up here? Are these going to be preschool nurseries? Are these going to be higher secondary schools? What are you looking at?
These are going to be higher secondary schools, kindergarten right up to grade 12. They will be affiliated with CBSE. Our vision is to build the next generation of high quality schools for mid-market India. So these schools are really targeting middle class Indians who have always aspired for high quality yet affordable education.
So Shantanu, is it fair to say that the margins, when you expand into these areas which are maybe new townships, are the margins going to be slightly lower than the kind you've enjoyed in the school business?
No, not at all. Educomp in this deal is essentially a licensor of intellectual property. The schools will use our processes, our systems, our frameworks. So because that is our role, our margins are in no way less than what our present business is. As you know, Educomp is currently a 49-50% EBITDA margin company. In this business, we don't expect our margins to go down. Rather than, it will take our consolidated margin even higher than what it is today.
Now, I'm just focusing on the schools business. If one looks at the projected returns in terms of margins from the schools business directly, it has been said that it can be anywhere between 60 to 70% EBITDA margins, specifically from schools. Are you likely to retain that kind of margins, or is the average margin that you're aiming at?
No, that is exactly what I was saying, that margins in this business are even higher than Educomp's core business. So over a period of time, as the school business becomes a larger and larger part of our overall business mix, we should see Educomp's overall margins going up on a secular basis. And even if it is a tier 2 or a tier 3 city, the basic margins profile is going to be exactly the same. Because what we are really doing is we are licensing our intellectual property.
Right. Pranav, let me come back to you. Pranav Ansal, how many schools sites have you identified, and exactly where are these sites? Pranav?
Sure. Shivnath, all these schools sites are in our townships. As you know, we are doing 16 townships all over North India, and we have a commitment to our customers to provide them schools. So the idea of this relationship and association with Educomp is that we provide to our customers the best school of that city, and we are able to provide them standardized schools in all our townships. So actually we are taking care of a basic need of any customer who lives in our township or who works in our township, that he is able to provide his child a school which is within the township, and it is one of the best schools and is affordable.
So how many total schools are you looking at in the immediate future?
Okay, the first phase is we are doing 16 schools, which are in the 16 townships we are doing, and we plan to roll out 4 to 5 schools every year over the next 3 to 4 years, complete them all in the next 3 to 4 years, hand them over to Educomp for operations and for running them. And we have 2 existing schools in Gurgaon which are already running, which also we are handing over the management of that to Educomp, which will start from this semester starting July this year.
Right, Pranav Ansal and Shantanu Prakash, thanks so much for joining us on the show. That's the new deal between Educomp and Ansal API. Time